In this video, we're gonna try some of the cheapest and most delicious Michelin dishes in Singapore. Hello from Singapore, it's your favorite internet chef, Aaron here. Singapore is a paradise for food lovers. From world-class Michelin-starred restaurants to mind-blowing street food, you'll never run out of delicious things to try here. But you know what? As I always say, a fancy restaurant doesn't always guarantee a great meal. So today, I'm taking you to some seriously delicious, totally affordable spots that are actually recommended by the Michelin Guide. If you are planning a trip to Singapore, then trust me, this video is gonna be legendary. Our first stop today is Yuhua Village Market. This is a local market, but it's also got an amazing hawker center where you can grab some tasty local foods. Since it opens earlier in the morning, you can even come here for a fantastic breakfast. That's right, at this hawker center, you'll get a special chance to start your day with Michelin dishes. So make sure to visit at least once during your Singapore trip. Trust me, you won't regret it. Our first stop is Heng cooked food. This hawker stall is famous for its laksa and prawn mee. Since we'll be trying prawn mee at another spot later, we're starting our breakfast with their laksa. This laksa comes with a coconut milk based broth topped with some shrimp, fish cake, and tofu puffs. Before you dig in, you can also add a bit of chili oil to taste. What? You think that's gonna be too spicy for breakfast? Don't worry about it. Even with that, it's not overly spicy, so it's still the perfect way to start your day. Alright, as always, let's start with the broth. It was creamy, rich, and fragrant. Honestly, it's hard to find a better breakfast in Singapore, and it was way milder than I expected. I almost wished I had added more chili oil. So if you don't mind a little spice in the morning, or you had a bit too much to drink last night and need a spicy broth to wake you up, then go ahead and add a generous amount of chili oil. You're gonna love it so much. You know what? The best part of this laksa wasn't the noodles, and it wasn't even the broth. It was these tofu puffs. These bad boys soak up all the deliciousness from the flavorful broth, and when you bite into one, it just bursts with aroma in your mouth, like fireworks. And what I really liked about this laksa was that the broth wasn't overly seafoody. So even if seafood broth is not your thing, you will absolutely love this one. Just one bowl of laksa is not enough for our greatest taste tester, right? So let's go hunt down our second dish of the day. Our next stop is Fei Fei Roasted Noodles. This stall is famous for its roasted meat and dumplings. And we've got the duck leg with shrimp wonton noodles. What? Not a fan of duck? Don't worry about it. The char siu here is also super famous, so no need to worry about it. So, what do you think? Yeah, this looks absolutely fantastic, right? Now, I think you totally get why I ordered this dish. You know what? It looked so good that even a local came up to me and asked where I got it. True story. Alright, enough talking. Let's try this bad boy. The duck was incredible. Crispy skin on the outside and juicy tender meat on the inside. That was absolutely satisfying. You know what? People sometimes look kind of angry when the food is really good. Can you see my face right now? If you ever see me making this angry face in our YouTube videos, that place or restaurant is legit.
와,
This place isn't just about the roasted meat. This soup here was seriously delicious too. This light, shrimp-based broth is absolutely packed with flavor. And when you pair it with these dumplings stuffed with shrimp and minced pork, it's just incredible. Once you take a bite, you'll feel the shrimp literally pop in your mouth. Anyway, if you ever come to this hawker center, make sure to check out this stall. No matter what you order, I promise, you won't regret it.
진짜 맛있어. 완탕 수프, 와, 진짜 맛있어. 뭔가 팬프라잉 같은 거 한 것 같은 느낌으로다가 내 머리에 있었어.
When you visit a hawker center in Singapore, you shouldn't miss out on the chicken rice, right? So this time, let's check out the best chicken rice in this hawker center. The name of this place is Hup Hong Chicken Rice. Actually, this place is not on the Michelin list or anything, but trust me, the chicken rice here is insane. As you guys know, I'm not particularly crazy about Michelin-starred restaurants. Even in the restaurant world, there are many chefs who've actually turned down a Michelin star on purpose. And honestly, this hawker stall gave me that vibe. Tons of people lining up for food. Staff crazy busy the whole time. And not just walking customers, but delivery guys constantly coming in for takeout orders. Do you really need more proof that this place is legit? Check out the staff packing orders. They are like a machine. You can't tell they have done this billions of times. And to me, that's the ultimate sign that this is kind of a hawker stall you have to try. Look at this amazing chicken rice. Doesn't it look absolutely gorgeous? Fluffy rice, tender chicken, a little bit of pickled vegetables, and a bowl of chicken soup. Honestly, even just the chicken and rice alone would already make this an amazing deal. But they also provide pickled veggies and soup. That really shows the chef's effort to make it a more satisfying meal. Alright, let's try the rice first. I think this is the perfect example of chicken rice. You can almost taste how flavorful it is just by looking at it, right? The rice here is so flavorful and fragrant. So I'll probably order it even without the chicken.
진짜 맛있어.
But of course, that's just an expression. We can't miss out on this beautifully cooked chicken, right? The chicken here is insanely tender. It's perfectly cooked, so it just falls apart with the slightest touch. Honestly, it's a shame the camera can't capture just how soft and juicy that is. If I remember correctly, at the moment, I was comparing all the different chicken rice dishes I've had so far in my head. And for me, this place came out on top. Of course, everyone's taste is different, but for my palate, this was the best.
야, 나 이거 진짜 맨날도 먹겠다. 이런 거 있으면 진짜 왜 없냐 우리나라는.
You get some soup, you get some pickles, the rice is fragrant, and the chicken unbelievably tender. What more could you ask for? Honestly, I couldn't find a single thing to complain about. To me, this was just the perfect chicken rice. So if you visit here, forget about the Michelin stuff and just give this a try. Trust me, you won't regret it. If it's just too hot, so you're not in the mood for a hawker center, but you still want something affordable with Michelin level flavors, then this is the place you need to check out. Of course, it costs a bit more than a hawker stall, but you can enjoy a rich bowl of prawn noodle soup in a cleaner and cooler place. The name of this restaurant is Dashi Jia Big Prawn Mi, and it's super famous for its prawn noodles. And here's the fun part. When you order it, you need to choose the size of your prawns and the types of noodles. Yes, you can make it your own style. Pretty awesome, right? We went with the second largest prawns and a mix of yellow noodles and flat rice noodles. But just having prawn noodles wouldn't be enough for our hungry bird. So I also ordered the pork rib noodle soup and vegetables of the day. The vegetable of the day was stir-fried bok choy. Usually, when I go to a new restaurant, I like to order a simple veggie stir-fry to see if they know what they're doing. And honestly, 9 out of 10, if they nail this kind of simple basic dish, the rest of the dish will be good too. And this one was really good. Super fragrant with a garlic aroma and full of flavor. According to my theory, most of the dish at this place is probably amazing too. What do you think? Pretty good tip when you're trying to pick a good restaurant, right? Alright, enough talking. Let's try the broth first. It is an insanely rich prawn-based broth. It tastes like they boiled hundreds of prawns to make it. The result? An umami bomb. Claire went with the original prawn noodle soup and I got the one with pork ribs. I was kind of expecting the broth to be a little different, but honestly, it tasted pretty much the same. So, if I had to pick just one, then I'll go with prawn noodles. If the broth had been different, then yeah, I'd love to order both and share. But since the soup base is the same, my pick is definitely the one with prawn. Because of the extra prawns, the flavor is richer and deeper. But that doesn't mean the one with pork ribs is not great, so don't get me wrong. Actually, I'm a huge fan of pork ribs, so dropping one was heartbreaking. Look at my face. Could I look any sadder? And just to be clear, I wasn't trying to pick it up to eat it again. I was just making sure to clean it up so the floor wouldn't get messy. So don't get me wrong, prawn broth is great, but honestly, I can't have too much of it. I get tired of it pretty quickly, and to me, it sometimes feels a bit too heavy and greasy. I think that's because of prawn heads. That's why I really like there was some chilies on the side. It made the broth feel refreshing and gave it a nice kick. So if you're like me, I highly recommend adding some chilies before you dig in.
매콤해지니까 더 맛있다.
Alright, today we've tried some of the best affordable eats in Singapore that are actually recommended by the Michelin Guide. Like I always say, a fancy restaurant doesn't always guarantee great food. And these spots proved it perfectly, right? So if you're planning a trip to Singapore, you've gotta try these dishes. Trust me, they are all budget friendly, but absolutely delicious. Alright, this is the end of the video. All the information about the restaurants we visited will be listed in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and wanna see more food adventures, please hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.